Hello, and I am live, and I'm going to be talking about UFC Fight Night Ortega versus Korean Zombie, and which is UFC Fight Island 6. Also, I will be talking about the latest news which is going on in MMA, and I will briefly recap what happened in Abu Dhabi. That's right, in Abu Dhabi, just this previous Sunday, which just went by, which was, or should I say, Saturday on the 10th of October, Moraes versus Sandhagen. Let's talk about that card, shall we? Let's talk about it now. Now, firstly, I just want to say the Moraes Sandhagen card was totally crazy. And for me, being a UK citizen who likes to, you know, not stay up too long during the night, I don't have an interest of staying up all night long. I don't till 6 a.m. I really don't enjoy that. It's not fun. Definitely not for me. But if it's an important fight, sometimes I actually do. So, and then also I can pray. Being a Muslim, you can pray Fajr as we would. Now, I will get straight into the main events of the evening. No, actually, I won't. I'll talk about the whole card as a whole. If you want to watch a card which didn't last long and just had complete and utter finishes, this is the card for you. Now, I didn't watch the Bruno Silva versus Tagir Ulanbekov and Tracy Cortez, Stephanie Egger fight. Or I think I did watch Giga Chikadze versus Omar Antonio Morales Ferreira. Why do you have to have so many names in actual? Why do you have to have so many names? Why can't you just stick with like one first name and surname? Why do you have to have a middle name and then have a second middle name? What's the use of that? And then okay, Ali Al Kaisi versus Tony Kelly. What can I say about that? I look, these were duds, so I won't really go into it, and it won't really affect the future of the decision of the um, title contendership. There was no outstanding, amazing thing to where you can actually go, oh wait a minute, here is a fighter, he's way above. He's like the new breakout star, like Hamza Chimaev. So in total, on them particular prelims, the first particular prelims I didn't watch, but then we had Impa Kasan Gane versus Joe Quinn Buckley. This was a mid-road fight. I mean, Joaquin Buckley, he did come out striking, then he came to take down, and he was transitioning. He looked very athletic, so the Impact Hassan again, and then out of the blue, Joaquin Buckley did this amazing taekwondo kick and knocked Impa out. At the beginning, I thought, you know what, this is not that impressive, man, because the way you see it is like it's perfect technique. I think that's why, because when you see this, it's maybe it didn't look too cool or something, or maybe it did look cool. I don't know. I just didn't think it was that cool. I honestly thought, let's take this off. I honestly thought, what's his name? Street Jesus, Jorge Masvidal's, KO was much better. It was 5 seconds, less than 5 seconds. It was just like a run up, boom, finished him. This one, Jochin threw a left kick to the body. Impa caught it. Jochin basically twisted round and planted a kick to the face. Now I thought he was going to land on his land on his arms when he was going to go on the floor from this. because I thought, you know what, he's going to twist and then he's going to somersault and then kick. And then the thing was, it was a perfect thrust kick. And I thought, okay, because it was a perfect thrust kick and the opposition was holding his leg, I thought he had as much of such a hard grip. The Impa would have had such a hard grip that, you know, he wouldn't have been able to completely flip over and manage to actually use his arm as leverage. Basically, I didn't think he'd be able to use his arms as leverage, because when you kick, and then if someone catches it, you kind of need to push off the actual hand a little bit and then spin and do the kick. This guy, he didn't even need to do that. He just had the bounce and spun it. Usually, you'd get a bit of leverage from putting your leg like that and then spinning and then landing it. That would have given more impact and power, but that didn't happen. He just held it, spun, kicked him right in the face, and it was straight in the face. And I don't blame him at all. And this is seriously, I don't blame him at all, because if someone kicked like that and if I caught, I would not expect to kick straight away after that. I would not. So you got to give a whole load of credit where credit is due. I don't think anybody, unless you're in a Taekwondo tournament where you're basically, you know, you're not going to get taken down. So in that respect, what can I say? But then the funny thing is, when he spun and did the kick, I thought he was going to land on his hands, but he didn't. He landed back on his legs, but he obviously, and then, you know, he quickly got his balance and then, you know, turned around and then looked, and then the other guy was limp. Impa was like out of it. No, he got performance overnight. I think he got 200K, whatever it is. You know what? God bless him. You know, he deserves it. Look, these fighters, they do deserve a crap load of money. You know, this is such a dangerous sport, man. You know, one shot, one strike, one takedown can just ruin their life. It could injure them for over 6 months. They could be without pay, not doing much. They might have to, you know, they can have a jaw broken, they can have orbital bone broken, and, you know, their careers can practically be over. So 200K bonus, yeah, you know, God bless, you know, good for him. Good for him. Do I class it as the best? I don't know. It's very, maybe, but the one I prefer, I just think it was just so damn cool, and at the same time, it was just so speedy, and it was just straight down the middle. Was, I think, the coolest one I've ever seen is got to be the one I like the most is Jorge Masvidal. That one's the best. It's just straight up knee out. That was really cool. This one, there was quite more to it. The technique was brilliant. He didn't have much leverage. That's what I mean to say. He didn't get leverage off his hand. He just spun, banged it right in his face, and to get power on that, it was quite amazing. But anyway, that's it. Now, Chris Dacars beat his opponent, Rodrigo Nascimento Ferreira. He got performance of the night. I think that's because it was round one TKO in the first round, you know. He didn't do much. What's his name? Rodrigo. He was a timber. Oh yeah, it was like timber. Don't mean to laugh, but it was like that. He landed I think it was like a twisting left on his chin, and he just ran, and then timber. He went on the floor, and then he just finished off his strikes. So, look, I'm not laughing at all the fighters in terms of disrespect. I just mean he looked funny when he watched it. So you gotta, you know, I don't care. I mean, in that regard, I'm not being disrespectful. Now, KB Bhullar versus Tom Breese. Tom Breese looked like he was on fire between the actual break and when you actually saw him fight. He was like, you know, like he was getting really into it, bouncing in, bouncing out, you know. and that's what he did. He had a, to me, he clearly looked like he's a left-handed fighter, but what he did, he just went southpaw, and then he used that to keep the distance and just work his jab. And he worked the jab perfectly, and he jabbed him with his right and finished it, man. The jab did it. Buller had a reach advantage as well, and I mean, Breeze started with some leg kicks, and then Buller started to try. He couldn't get rhythm going. Buller couldn't get his rhythm going. He really couldn't, and I think maybe Buller should have thrown more leg kicks, and then tried to. He should have used his range. It's easy for me to say, obviously, but he should have used his range, used the leg kicks. Brees kind of got the distance perfect, and then it was over. It was first round KO. KO it was. Yeah, I know you could say it's a TKO, yada yada yada, but no. No, Yusuf Zalal versus Ila Topora. Oh, that was a crazy fight. It was a crazy fight. Ila Topura, I think he's partially Spanish. My gosh, he went for so many submissions. He burned his arms in round 3. Zalal was like out of it all through the fight. Ilya Topura, he deserved to win the fight, and good for him in terms of this featherweight. But I think he took it on short notice as well. So give him all credit in the world. And Tom Aspinall versus Alan Bardot. Whoa, Alan Bardot, like he just started off striking, and then Tom Aspinall just came in, Kabuki Warrior or whatever you want to. I'm just talking. He just started throwing bombs, and Alan Bardot started throwing elbows and stuff like that. I think he kind of deviated from his game plan, and then he ended up on the fence, and then Tom Aspinall just striked with him, and then Bardot kind of like covered up. I don't think he knew what he did. He looked really out of shape. Oh, that did, and then he ended up on the floor, and then that was the end of the fight. And Tom Aspinall was like saying he wants to fight for another 10 years. And he's like, what's the rush? What's the rush? What do you mean, what's the rush, man? 10 years, man? Then again, Tito fought for over 10 years, didn't he? So what can I say? Maybe he will. Yeah, he's learning. I don't know what he's learning, but I don't think he can fight this level of competition all the time. Needs to move up, or maybe he doesn't look that elusive, or he did make some mistakes, like he said. So fair enough. Now Marcus Perez versus Jussius Dupre. Jussius Dupre just finished him. I think he took the fight on like 5 days or something from South Africa. And what happened in it? He just trying to find his range or something. I think Perez was. Yeah, he was just trying to find his. Yeah. He just tried to find his range, and then he struck him, and then that was it. That's all she wrote. There was nothing really. I mean, he's a middleweight guy. Give him a thumbs up. That'll be interesting. I think the way the commentator sounded was like, yeah, we're gonna build him up to be the next big thing, so to speak, type of thing. So maybe, you never know. So give him the thumbs up. Feed him Khamzat. Feed him to Khamzat. Sorry. Ben Rothwell versus Marcin Tybura. This was not a boring fight, actually. Yeah, the right winner won, but gosh, they were out of shape, man. They were out of shape. Ben Rothwell, first round he came out, blew his wad, started throwing lots of bombs, tried to knock him out. It was just like a slugfest, you know what I mean? And then in round 2, Marcin Tybura, it was just the work rate was more. And then in round 3, he had more work rate and he landed more. And at the end of the 3rd round, Ben Rothwell had like his face was completely busted up. Ben Rothwell looked so out of shape. I don't even know how he passed the medicals, man. I don't even know how he got how he was under 265. I really don't. Now Edson Barbosa versus Makwan Amirkhani. I was totally right about this fight. Now Edson Barbosa, what can I say about him? Except he needs to work on his wrestling. He seriously needs to work on his wrestling. I mean, you think basically, okay, Khabib took him down. He got knocked out by what's his name, Justin Gaethje. You need to kind of do something about it, dude. You need to change it up. You really do. Sure, he's changed it up, and I think 145 is perfect for him because there are not many bigger guys who can take him down at 145. I think he will be in line for the title shot. However, if he had the takedown defense, but I guess he can't train the wrestling at his age. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know how old he is, but you can't. They say you can't train an old dog new tricks, so to speak. Maybe that's the case. Because he is like a Muay Thai specialist. Oh my gosh, it was great watching his striking, man. Like the way he knocked him down, Makwana Amirkhani, he fainted his like he was going to, like he was out of range. Makwan Amirkhani, I told you guys he was going to do that. He was going to bore us. He's not going to be a wrestler. He's not going to. What he needed to do was what Khabib did, which is basically try to take him down, sub him. Now, what he did was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to try to find my range. Then the moment I'm in, I'm going to get in a submission. That's what it was. You're not going to do that with a guy who can, who has a reach advantage. Not only that, who's a striker. He can use his leg kicks from distance, and that's what it was. It wasn't a case of where Makwan Amirkhani could have just taken him down after taking a leg kick. He'd have to take a leg kicks, and he did do that. But then what was so good about his striking was Edson Barbosa's was he fainted. He fainted like one of the cool things I saw, right, which is quite amazing, was he fainted the right, and then with feints, no one does it straight after like that. No one throws it straight. The feint After the feint, you kind of move back, so to speak. It's a feint, and then you see the person is going to flinch. Well, he threw the feint, but then he threw the punch after, but straight away. So it wasn't really a feint, if you know what I mean. It was like, I'm just using it to throw this punch. Makwan just thought, oh, it's a feint, come in. But then the punch came straight after it. So that was a great thing. It was very good, and that's when one of the times he actually got knocked down to the floor. 5th round, he tried to take him down further and do something with it, but the guy won, man. Edson Barbosa did him damage. Makwan Amirkhani definitely needs to step up his game. He needs to change camps, or he needs to work on his wrestling, man, because his striking is very lackluster, man. It's completely and utterly lackluster. I don't like it at all. If you're gonna say that he's gonna be a knockout king, no chance. When he first blew out on the scene, he threw this flying knee, and then kind of bum rushed it with some strikes. That wasn't. After that, we never saw anything after that. So that was that. Now, Marlon Moraes versus Corey Sandhagen. I think Marlon Moraes basically fell for Cody Sandhagen's talk during the 2nd round, because the moment what happened is he striked him by a punch or something. It was a bit of a 1st round. I would have given it to maybe Moraes. And the 2nd round, Cody Sandhagen started to work a little bit better. Use his distance a bit more, land more of the strikes, and then what happened is he caught him in the face, and then he saw a bruise over there on the eye, and then he went to Corey, said, "Oh, his orbital bone's broke." So then commentators were like, "Oh, the orbital bone is broken." And then straight after, so psychologically, I think he got Marlon Moraes in his brain, and after that, he took a sliced heel to the head. Moraes did, and then he ended up on the floor. But I do feel as though it was an early stoppage. The referee should have not stopped it that early. I think the reason I believe the referee stopped it as quick as he did was because he heard Corey Sandhagen say, "Oh, his orbital bone is broke," and then like his orbital bone is broke. Finish him. So that, and then the moment that happened, it was like a left kick, right kick to the head. Oh, he's on the floor. He must be finished. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it was. But yeah, now all this talk of Sandhagen, he's gonna fight what's his name, TJ Dillashaw, etc. Why? I think what's happening now is they've got TJ Dillashaw in January. He's going to be facing Sugar Sean O'Malley. Yeah, that's the case. I think they're going to make him face Sean O'Malley, and I think that's the fight to make, really, because TJ, for so long, TJ Dillashaw was a poster boy, but basically the poster boy urinated on his own poster by taking them EPO supplements. And now it's time to pass the torch on to the new bearer of the throne. Now, will Sean O'Malley be able to do it? That is the question. And in January, we will find out, and I think that will be the case. Sandhagen, yeah, give him, who is it? Frankie Edgar, yeah, give him Frankie Edgar. I want to see Frankie Edgar get finished. That's perfect fight for him. Doesn't deserve a title shot. He never asked for it, and that's perfect anyway, which is fine. Now, let's go on to UFC Fight Island by 6. Let's go on to that. One minute. Yeah, Ortega versus Korean Zombie. Now, Korean Zombie, I think I'm going to go with Korean Zombie on this particular fight. The reason is he's admitted, you know what, he needs to be a bit more careful. And, the whole crazy style like Justin Gaethje is not going his way. And I feel as though his reserved outlook has actually benefited him a lot. That was a freak knockout against Yair Rodriguez, but it was a great knockout to watch as well. That's one of the great knockouts you got to see. I'm going to go with Jong. Yeah, the Korean Zombie. I'm going to go with the Korean Zombie for this particular fight. I don't think Ortega has changed in his style or approach. The reason he lost the fight against Max Holloway was he wasn't using distant management. If a guy's got a reach advantage and he's using boxing from the outside, you need to get in within range to actually get the submissions. And that's all he was. It was just a submission expert. And if he was going to strike, it would be within the range, but he couldn't get in within the range. So he needs to work on that. And I feel as though that was the problem. And I don't think he is rejuvenated as a person in that regard. And I feel, yeah. Chan Song Jong is going to win the fight. I do definitely. So that's it. Now, as far as any other fights, Caitlin Chukagan versus Jessica Andrade. Jessica Andrade. Didn't she just fight for the title? To be honest, let me just double check. I just thought she just fought for the title and she's just fighting already now. She's back already and the champ is out. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, Rosa Namajunas. Yeah. the problem was with her was the reach disadvantage that she had, and she's fighting again, Caitlin Chuk again. And I feel as though, hmm, oh my gosh, she's got a reach advantage. Talk about a reach advantage, huh? 5'9". Well, she height advantage 5'9", and the reach advantage 6 inches. Leg reach, oh, I was gonna go with Jessica Andrade, but let's just see her record again. I just heard a lot about Caitlin Chuk again. Come on. Now the blonde fighter. She's not that blonde when she ties up her hair. Well, she lost to Valentina Shevchenko by decision. Oh no, sorry, she didn't. She lost by TKOs and elbows. Oh yeah, I think it was that one. She's not that good. I'm gonna go with no. She's overrated. She's overrated. Antonia Shevchenko, she got a unanimous decision. She's overrated. I'm sorry. She is overrated. Sorry, Shukigan. Don't mean to be disrespectful, but I do not think. I think Andrade. You can say one thing. If she gets in range, she can do some damage. She did it against Namajunas. Third round, Namajunas. What did she do? She, decided it wasn't third round. I can't remember what round it was, but at one point she went in too close, and that's when Jessica Andrade, beat her up, and I think broke her nose. I think that's why she's out. Namajunas is out because she broke her nose. So I think it was probably the fifth round or something like that. But I'm going to go with Jessica Andrade on this one. Because Caitlin is also a 125-pounder, whereas Jessica Andrade is not. So all she needs to do is work on her wrestling, take her down, and that will be it. As far as any other fighters concerns, Thomas Almeida versus Jonathan Martinez, that will be a good fight. I'm not sure. I don't have much knowledge about that, I'll be honest. Jillian Robinson. She's fighting Poliana Botello. I'm going to go with Jillian Robertson simply because she knows the game. She knows when the camera's on her. The moment the camera was on her between rounds, she knew it, and then she smiled like, "Hello, hi mom, hi dad, I know." And that was it. And then she just kept on taking her opponent down. Eventually, she got a submission. It was a boring fight. She's going to do the same. As far as the other fights on the card, there is nobody else that stands out. Said Nurmagomedov, I don't know who he is. Is he the brother of Khabib? With a name like that, brother. Assalamu alaikum, guys. I'm not joking on that. I don't mean any disrespect. I am just saying. No, it doesn't look like he's the brother of him. He's a cousin. He's a cousin. Oh, yeah, so he is. Wait. Shares no blood relation to the other. Oh. Umar is a younger cousin of a UFC champ. Saeed isn't. No, he isn't. So, I'm not interested. Not going to be interested in that one. So, yeah, as far as the fight night UFC Fight Island. 6 is considered the only match which is worth watching is going to be Jung versus Ortega, and I'm going to say Jung is going to win the fight. 5 rounds decision. I don't think it's not gonna be finished. I don't think. Or if it is, Jung is gonna finish him in the 3rd round or the 4th round. Yeah, yeah. Now on to some MMA news. Now Nate Diaz, he's been talking a lot of smack as usual because, quite frankly, why not? Why not? There's nothing else to do in in MMA or with this pandemic lately. Just talk smack to anybody on the on Twitter. Why not? So Nate Diaz, apparently he wants to fight. He wants to fight Dan Hooker, and so Dan Hooker said, "What weight? 155, 170, 165." I think he's ready, and I think, you know what, guys, this is the fight to make. This is the fight to make. You've already got, what's his name, Colby versus Jorge Masvidal. That is looking like it's going to be set for December time. Perfect. There was talks about, Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal in the future, but that fell through because I think Nate Diaz was maybe outpricing himself, or was playing too many games with the UFC. So UFC just decided to make that because the train moves on. I don't blame them. It's a business. So you got to run your business. So why not? So as far as I'm concerned, make that fight now. Make that fight. Get this contract to him. Get a courier right now. Send a courier to his house. Knock on his door, going, sign this, make him sign it, get TMZ to film the damn thing so that he can't deny it. You know what I mean? Because I'm sick of him insinuating that he's gonna fight and then it disappears again. I'm sick of that whole drama. It's like, I want to buy the. It's like, yeah, it's like you're going, like it's like you go into the shop, you're going, I want to buy this. How much? I'll give you, okay, I'll take it. No. And run away. You know what I mean? What the hell is that, man? What the hell is that, Nate? Why do you need to do that? Please just fight. Man, you're only damaging yourself in terms of being inactive. Just fight 3 times a year. You've already got your eye, which is always needs healing up, which is fair enough. So do it 3 times a year. Don't like against Jorge Masvidal. Maybe I would say that you would have lasted up to the 5th round. Maybe not. We will never know because you don't want the rematch. So what can we do? Now Nate Diaz apparently smoked Conor McGregor like a Stockton blunt. Unimpressed with Poirier play fighting. Huh? And you tell him, this is Nate Diaz talking. The guy who, likes to play fight. In terms of like just talking like he's going to come back, but then he doesn't come into fruition. Now, on Twitter, he said, let's don't get it twisted. I already smoked these 2 now. They play fighting? Wait a minute. When did you face Dustin Poirier, man? What are you talking about? Did you ever face Dustin Poirier? Hey, let me see. How come I can't remember that? I just don't believe that. What is it? Has he fought Poirier? He's lost a lot of fights, I have to say. No disrespect to him. Where are you, man? No, Justin Poirier. What are you talking about? You smoke these guys. Look, there's a whole load of trash you can talk. I get it. But the facts are the facts. Now, you haven't smoked Poirier at all. You have not faced him. So what is this? Or what is he? What are you talking about? Seriously, what are you talking about, man? It's crazy. Seriously. Maybe you're talking about literal blunt. He smoked them. he sat next. He sat next to them, and they were all having a blunt, and he kept on going, and it must have been a real, strong one. And he continued, and they just basically gave up after the first blunt. I really don't know. Seriously, he said, "Let's don't get it twisted. I already smoked these two now. They play fighting. You haven't faced both of them. I don't understand. Seriously." But anyway, that's MMA logic. Daniel Cormier, awed by criminal mindset of dumb John Jones, dirty people at Jackson Wink Gym. Yeah, what he was saying on his Ariel and Helwani, Ariel and DC and Helwani show was that the reality, if it's like he was basically talking about John Jones, as we all know, he went under, according to Chael Sonnen and a lot of other people who were talking about it, there were rumors that John Jones went under the cage and hid from USADA or Nevada at the time. Now, he's John Jones. I can't stop laughing because it's so true. Jones laughed at it because he said I was hiding from them because I actually had some marijuana and he didn't want to get busted for that. And DC basically said, yeah, the reality, if it is true and John Jones' history, if you believe that it was from marijuana, you're as stupid as him. And honestly, I agree with him. I totally agree. I don't believe John Jones whatsoever. The fact that he kind of denied, like he stopped talking to let's say Chael Sonnen about it, because he stopped talking to Chael Sonnen, which is fair enough. They had, they fought, and Chael, if Chael took his fighting as serious as his interviews are, he would have been one of the best without a doubt. If he really would have done that, he could have been brilliant. But unfortunately, that day never came, simply because he didn't take his career as serious as his trash talking ability. So yeah, do I believe it was for marijuana? The guy has popped so many times. He got picograms. There's certain things, etc., etc., etc. Look, when you've got a track record of like that, if he looks like a duck, smells like a duck, it is, and everything the DNA says is a duck, you gotta believe it's a duck. The proof is in the pudding. He's basically said he was under the cage hiding from USADA or Nevada. Hey, he cheated, and I guess he did it. And what can you say? It worked. You know what I mean? So if you're not cheating, you're not trying, I guess. But in one respect, it's not good that he's been cheating for so long and got away with it. Yeah, I don't believe him at all. I don't believe John Jones. I mean, he continued to say you're as dumb as him, because come on, that's the dumbest excuse. I'm sorry, John Jones, but I'm not buying it. You were cheating, man. You were cheating, just like all those other times. You got scared. He hid underneath the octagon, but boy, you gotta have to have a criminal mindset to know that's a place they're not going to look. It's true. It's true. How did how did he actually think that? What to do? How do you think about, wait a minute, if someone comes and catches me, you've got to, if you take a marijuana and then you, on last minute, where should I hide? you know, where they're not going to look under the cage. You know, you really have to have a mindset for that. Otherwise, he could have hidden anywhere. Do you understand what I mean? He clearly must have pre-planned it. Now, Chael Sonnen made a joke about it, like, oh yeah, you know what? He must have had some snacks there or anything like that. And that was a long time ago. And John Jones was like, like angry at him, going, John, what's his name? Chill. I don't want to speak to a person who doesn't have the facts, etc. So I think the facts were allegedly that he was taking weed. But let's be honest, I don't believe it. I don't. No, Khabib believes stupid Tony Ferguson is finished after getting smashed by Justin Gaethje. The headline is a clickbait. You know, Khabib never meant it in any derogatory sense. What he means is basically, as a fighter, he's good, but he's stupid when it comes to making decisions because apparently, like, he tried and he came out of southpaw, I believe it was, and then, he made some stupid moves on the weight cut. It was the main thing was it was the talk about doing two weight cuts, and he said, he basically said it was a stupid thing to do. Let's see what he actually really did say. So Tony Ferguson is finished now. He's gonna come back, and someone gonna beat him again. I believe. No, I'm not doing George St. Pierre. I believe because when you take damage like this, you're never going to be the same. Never, even if you're Tony Ferguson. And that was respect, you know what I mean? Even if you're Tony Ferguson, because Tony Ferguson, he can take a lot of punishment, but what he's saying is you can't take that type of punishment and expect no consequences for your action. And that's true. I think he broke his orbital bone or something like that. I think he's not had any surgery. He's ready to fight again. Who knows when and where? But damn, maybe you should go to 145 if you can do it. Yeah. But he has. I don't think he was that slow. I think in the first round he did seem slow, man. The weight cut affected him, man. Why would he do something? Okay, I'll just continue what Khabib said. He said, I like Tony Ferguson, but he's a stupid guy. This is what I think. He keep talking about me. Why are you talking about me? Justin Gaethje just smash your face, smash you everywhere. Why are you talking about me? It's true. Why are you talking about me? Because it's like he even said he's probably talking about me because he's trying to instigate a fight out of it, and and he even said fair play to him. So yeah, I think we all feel the same. Like Tony Ferguson kind of messed it up, unfortunately for himself, because he took the fight against Justin Gaethje and cost his #1 spot. Look, in hindsight's 2020. I think after the second weight cut, he shouldn't have taken the fight against Justin Gaethje. I mean, if he didn't do his second weight cut, I think he could have beaten Justin Gaethje, because like at the end of the second round, he dropped him with the uppercut. Check it out on UFC.com. It's on for free, man. Check it out, man. It's worth it for sure. But yeah, it's sad to see Tony Ferguson to have taken so much punishment, man. I don't know. I don't think he's not a stupid person. I think he tries to be over clever, and then what happens is, yeah, he messes it up. He tries to be over clever, and even when he sometimes with his trash talk and stuff, tries to be over clever and he you know, he tries to be over witty instead of just be simple and witty. Stick with the simple and witty. He tries to be over witty. He tries to be, extraordinary, which is fine. I'm sure he has got that ability, but you don't need to do. You don't need to. If it's a simple way to skin a cat, do it. You don't need to start, you know, getting extra, like dancing, etc., and skin the cat or something. You know what I mean? Make it look entertaining or whatever it is. You don't need to do that. Anyway, that's another story. Do I think he's finished? We'll see in his next fight. We'll see in his next fight. Who's he gonna fight next? He could fight. He's gonna fight Chandler, isn't he? And I think that could be the fight that will end him, maybe, or it could be the fight that will make him. Apparently, they've trained together. That's what I heard on the Michael Bisping podcast. Now, Midnight Mania, Conor McGregor using Justin Poirier bout to practice for Manny Pacquiao. Apparently, Dustin Poirier went on to the. I'm trying to think of I'm trying to find the show. On the fight with Teddy Atlas, and Dustin Poirier speculates on why Notorious MMA wants him now. He's saying it's because he's angling to fight Pacquiao. He wants to fight another southpaw before the fights. He fights another southpaw. I don't know what's going on, but I think that's what the alignment is. Now, apparently, Conor basically replied and says, correct. Southpaw, bug style, continue to sharpen my MMA skills with some tough competition while leading into my money back preparation. It's not easy going between both sports and then coming back to one sport again. Just want to keep sharp, guys. That's all. It's only fair. Oh, come on, man, Conor. Conor, he should be up for election in Ireland in whenever it is due. And I'm sure he may win or he may not win the election, but he will give one hell of an account of himself, that is for sure. And do I think it's actually going to happen? I don't know. I don't think it will happen, because I think one of the problems that it happens with Conor McGregor fights is that he needs to be the headliner. And the particular fights, I think it's one in November, one in December, they are set to have main events, like title fights as such. I can't remember what title fight, maybe bantamweight women's fights or something like that. But I can't remember the date what he said. But if it happens, it happens. And but if it doesn't happen, it's simply because UFC doesn't want, Conor McGregor taking over as such. It would be good. I'll be honest, it would be good to see him back, yeah, and fight against Dustin Poirier, yeah. Dustin Poirier deserves it second time for sure. And if you can finish him off in an amazing fashion in the first round, that would be really good. I think last time in Dustin Poirier for the first fight, his mental game wasn't there. He wasn't mentally there. I don't think the way he's kind of agreed to the fight already, I think Poirier will lose because he's walking in Conor's game plan. He's walking in Conor's world. He's doing what Conor wants. And the moment you start doing that, that's what he wants, and that's when he can finish you. And I think that's what's going to happen. He's going to get finished. If Poirier can actually survive, it will be a different case. I think Poirier can win. If he can survive the first two rounds, and he doesn't try to go blow to blow and doesn't become, agitated by the trash talk, then fine. But if it isn't, I got Conor on this one. Uh, Brian Ortega. Oh, okay, this was a headline, so I just thought I'd talk about it. I found my butterflies again, he says. He found his butterflies again. Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it? You found it in the pandemic, did you? How can you find it in a pandemic? It's very difficult. He said, I feel at peace now. So it's definitely helped. All this has definitely helped. Before I felt like I was living life in the fast lane, especially because my agent, he works double time. It's not like fighters where you fight and then you're good. He's like, no, champ, check this out. After you fight, you're allowed to have a 1 week break. If you're not broken, I've already set you up to fly to Chicago. I've set you up to fly to New York. I have this, I have that. Obviously, when you're making money, you're making moves, it feels good. Living in the fast lane has its great things. It's a bit lonely, but you hear it all the time. It's lonely at the top. So, for me, I was like, F it. It's lonely. Hotels are my new home. It's why airplanes and hotels are what I call home. But when it all stops and you have that heartbreak and then you finally see how great it is, also on the other side, and life is a bit slower, you learn, at least I learned to appreciate things more. That's like a, talk about a movie sentiment, for sure. I'll continue. He admits to having this article. It's an article by Alexander K. Lee. Now, yeah. Where is it? Okay, so yeah. Obviously, when you, oh yeah, he said, yeah. I got to connect with my people again. And talking about after the Holloway fight, and they told me, yeah, we've been disconnected on a different level. We're proud of you, so we're not going to tell you nothing. We want you to keep winning, but once this happened, we got Brian back. Good. To hear that from everyone, not just one friend or two friends, but from my parents and my sisters, my family, and everyone, it was like, F. Sorry, I didn't even see it. I was just happy I was riding this wave, and F. I forgot to look around. I finally train and get everything better again. So the moral of the story is the fast life is not good. Yeah. So I say good to him, but I still think he's gonna lose. Sorry. Khamzat Chimaev issues a challenge. Who to? I forget. He's issued a challenge to practically everyone. Chris Weidman turned him down. Nate Diaz looks like he's turned it down. Yeah, because he wrote on that particular message where he said, "Let's don't get it twisted. I already smoked these two guys now. They play fighting. Kamaz when I don't play fighting. I fight to get your soft body to Vegas. And I will smoke you on December 19. You are a real fighter, so let's go." Man, he's calling everybody out. And I don't blame him, man. Someone give him a fight. Feed someone to, that should be the next hashtag. Feed someone, it's too long, isn't it? Feed someone to Shimaev. That's the new hashtag, man. Poor guy needs some food, needs to be fed. A fighter. No, Daniel Cormier is saying John Jones should fight Israel Adesanya sooner than later. Does he? Yeah, he did say that. Because you know why? This whole argument that is actually ensuing in John Jones's brain is because Adesanya is sticking to his game plan and not fighting John Jones, which is really annoying him. You know why it's annoying him? I'll tell you like it is. Because John Jones ran away from the light heavyweight division because if he fought, basically he'd get beat by what's his name, Dominic Reyes. Dominic Reyes mentally wasn't ready for Jan Blachowicz. He really wasn't. You could clearly see it. Mentally, he was just rather a bit agitated, more like he wants to get it over and done with the Jan Blachowicz fight because he wanted to just take the title. Yeah, I think that just annoyed him more. So, but John Jones was like, I think he was miffed the fact that Dominic Reyes, lost the fight because then that just shows, what, he's got a new contender and a real contender where, I mean, everybody, a lot of the majority of the people said that John Jones lost the fight against Dominic Reyes, and he did, but the judges gave him the decision, so he won. So John Jones, he's thinking, I'm putting on weight and I'm gonna go and fight at heavyweight. Is he really? I don't think he wants to, and that's why he wants to fight. That's why he was even considering coming back to 205 to take the title against Jan Blachowicz. Now, Adesanya, Adesanya saying he's going to fight him in 2021, but late 2021, I think is in July or something like that. So Adesanya is like, he's like, no, let's fight. No, you want to fight? Let's fight now. John Jones is like that. And not Daniel Comey, Adesanya is like, nope, we're going to fight when I say we're going to fight. And hence why the whole, Twitter war went off between them two. And I think, yeah, John Jones is right. If he does fight him now, he will beat him. Oh, he will. But if Adesanya fights towards the latter half and fights in maybe September next year, I think Adesanya is going to win because I think he's going to have the wrestling pedigree to beat him, really. He has the speed advantage. He has the striking advantage. I don't think the power advantage is going to translate to 205. But, and the wrestling disadvantage that he has right now, it might become a lot better by then. His takedown defense is pretty damn good, Adesanya. So I would say, yeah, milk it out and, fight the contenders that you need to fight at, 185, and then eventually fight in 17, in July next year. As for Jones, you don't want to fight at heavyweight, really. He didn't really want to fight anybody. And I think now you've got a lot of waiting to do because Stipe is not, we don't know when Stipe and Ngannou are going to fight. When are they going to fight? No one knows. They're supposed to fight in December. That's not going through. Yeah. So what do? Maybe you make an interim title. Maybe not. So I think Jones is going to have to wait out till the end of next year to fight Izzy. And that will be the way forward. Okay. Now, Artem Lobov says Zubair Tukhugov should be cut from the UFC. And he said he wants to charity fight. Yeah, just don't do it in Barnacle FC. I don't really like that. It's just not for me, man. It's not for me. I think Tukagov, has he lost a few fights? Anyway, that's not huge news anyway. Yeah, we talked about the Wakanda because the Wakanda style head kick knockout was pretty damn cool by Joe Chin Buckley. Yeah, that was cool. Michelle Waterson is only interested in contender fights. Yeah, the what weight division is that? Fly atom weight? What the hell is it? Let me have a look. Do 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 do. I think she's a strawweight fighter. Yeah, let's just see her. I think she's strawweight. Strawweight. Just trying to find strawweight. A ranking I like. We got Wiley Chang. She's not fought forever, man. I even forgot she was around still, man. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What the hell? Is it? What? Sir? Yeah. Maybe she's not a strawweight, maybe not. What's going on? She's in strawweight? Jessica Andrade, what she? She's moving down a weight? Oh, that's probably what it is, yeah. No, maybe not. I don't know, it's confusing me, man. It's confusing. Oh, gosh. Problem is, there is no need for so many divisions in female MMA as of yet. Okay, let's go to the rankings. No, not the men, guys, bro. What division champion is? I thought, oh my gosh. I thought Joe, I thought, sorry, my brain, I had a brain fart, as they say. I thought Rosa Namajunas was the champ for a second in my brain. I completely forgot about Wiley Chan. Sorry. Yeah, so Michelle Wilson is next now. Yeah, give a feeder Nina Ansaroff or Claudia Gadella. Either. Or Carla Esparza. Because we need to see if she can actually get, because Jessica Andrade is majority of the fighters, Carla Esparza, Claudia Gadella, Jessica Andrade are great wrestlers and grapplers and great jiu-jitsu fighters. So give her one of them. you know. Joanna Jitsi, yeah, Jitsi, I can't say her name. Joanna Champion. Um, God bless her, man. After that, the after the water. I'm not sure what you call it. I forgot. It's a long day. Yeah, so give her. What I would say, yeah, is Michelle Watson. Give her college pause. She clearly isn't ready for a title shot. I mean, she just beat Angela Hill, who's number 12. Who's number 12 now? Oh my God, she better move up quick because she's got Amanda Ribas underneath her. She's got a few fighters. I was going to say Felice Ferry Herrig, no offense. I don't think she's mentally there now. I think she's just way past it. But Tisha Torres, yeah, just give Michelle Watson, give her Claudia Gadelha. That'll be a real tough test, though. I don't think she's gonna do it. I don't think she's good enough. I'm sorry. I really don't think she's good enough, son. I think it's simply because she was an atomweight fighter, and I think the actual division that she needs to fight at doesn't even exist. So, technically speaking, she is the atomweight champion, and that would be enough. Yeah. So anyway, whatever. So as far as Michelle Watson is concerned, she's making money being the Karate Hote, but she's not gonna get it far. And no disrespect to her, she's not. Milk it as much as you can. Milk the ride as much as you can. She got knocked out by what's her name, Rose Namajunas. If you see the head kick knockout, you can check it out on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that was just nasty. She has got a reach disadvantage. Well, the front kick, the front side kick that she has, that's pretty damn good. I didn't see that utilized very effectively, but from her, she has that it worked very well against Angela Hill. So maybe she needs to use a few different moves, and yeah, I don't know what else to say really. But I don't think she's a contender. There needs to be another smaller division, an atomweight division, which I don't think UFC have got time to advertise that. Now, Corey Sandhagen possibly faces possible 6 months layoff despite the win. What the hell? When did he get hit so bad? Yeah, some eye injury. Well, that kind of sucks, doesn't it? And he was talking about, Marlon Moraes being, his orbital bone's broken. So that ain't gonna happen, man. That ain't gonna happen. Okay, well, that's it for me. I'm tired out, man. I'm tired out talking about this, but I enjoyed it. I enjoy it for sure. And if you have enjoyed this talk, me talking about MMA, and if you can help me by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and clicking the notification, I will try to do my videos on Sundays. Yeah, and a preview show maybe during Wednesdays. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. Thank you for viewing this again, and yeah, thank you very, very much. Like I said, I'll repeat it again. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Yeah. Like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, like, subscribe, and share. Come on, man. It's not like I'm asking you to pay me. So, yeah, help me. Help me help myself. Thank you. Thank you for viewing this. Peace out. Peace.